same thing. It's all the same. Look, you can already see.
Yeah, like the yeshiva.
Yeah, we're crossing over here as well. This is our first stop. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go in. Okay.
Yeah, I hope. Unless we get thrown out. Just be careful with recording.
That is Bet Midrash, which is a place where people study Gemara, Torah. What kind of event are they having here?
It's like the head rabbi of the sect will come and celebrate the Friday.
Sorry if the film is off. We have to be inconspicuous here.
Check out this wall. This is a study room.
Oh, right.
As well, it's another bit.
Yeah. Let's walk through it. So here we have all the books, the Gemara, the Torah, the different Talmud books, where the people study. And they sit mostly over there, and then upstairs here, the windows are mirrored, but that's where the women are.
ארץ הקודש. נולדתי באמריקה, 40 שנה, גרתי בארץ הקודש. אני כשאתם יהידים.
העיקר שמה?
אתם יהידים.
יהידים?
יהידים.
יהודים.
אתם ישראלים, אתם לא כמו כל הדברים השניים.
You don't speak English? אוקיי. אז באיזה גיל עזבת את אמריקה?
שתיים שנה.
שנתיים. אוקיי. איזה שפה אתה מדבר הכי טוב? יידיש?
שיש בין יהודי לגוי. גוי זה לא בעין. כמו... מה שהם רוצים לעשות, הם עושים באמצע החור, והם לא יכולים להתאפק, הם לא יכולים לחשוב. ועוד דבר חזק, יהודי יכול תמיד שמח. גוי הוא יבש. לא שמח, לא, כלום, כמו ערם.
אבל גם לגויים יש חוקים. גם למוסלמים אסור לאכול חזיר.
לא, אבל הם לא יכולים להיות כמו שהם לא קדושים. זה רק להסיג
What do you think about what that guy was saying about going being like cats?
Some people do hold more personal opinions that come from the heart rather than actual factual sources. They kind of feel these things rather than actually know these things. I haven't personally read anywhere where it compares Guy and the non-Jewish people to or the rest of the nations to cats or anything like that. I agree that it's an extreme opinion. I don't necessarily agree with it. I have many friends who aren't Jewish. You see this with every group of people. There's always, you have extremists, you know, you go to like places in Palestine and they'll say, you know, how much they hate Jews, and some people might say how much they love Jews. It's the same thing here. Some they'll say the Goyim are like cats, and some people say they're the best people and we should look out for them, you know. There's a bit of both.
Yeah, you told me most of your friends are Goyim.
Yeah, a lot of, I mean, now in Yeshiva, none of them, but in New Zealand, there's no Jews there, so I mean, of course, some of them are amazing people as well. They're all amazing people who have done a lot for me in my lifetime. I don't see anything bad with them, or I don't think anything less of them.
So this is a Christian Syrian orphanage, which later became a British military camp, and then in 2008 it was an IDF base, and now it's becoming a museum for Israeli communities, but also there were Christians that used to pray here not so long ago. So you've got a Christian area here right next to Mea Shearim too, right next to Geula neighborhood. And over here you can already see that everybody's religious. All the women and men are, you know, the men are dressed like us, all dripped up with a hat, and the women with skirts and covering their elbows. So here are some apartment buildings here in Geula, right next to Mea Shearim, the street. And these are the fancier ones. They look pretty good, but over there in Mea Shearim itself, there are some very impoverished looking apartments, and people pay a fortune for them because we're in Mea Shearim.
You want to run here? It's a shopping mall.
Oh, it's a shopping mall?
Yeah. It's like small. It's mostly for women.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they have shops for women and kids over here, and the mannequins don't have boobs. So this is just a tiny shopping mall. They only had that one shop. Over here, some sweets and nuts, and over here another shop with clothes, but also for women. Oh, and some wine, eh? Jews can drink, unlike Muslims. You'll notice in this mall that a lot of the businesses are family-centered, like selling strollers or things for the babies. It's because life here is centered around that, pretty much. So over here, they still have some sit-down cafes and restaurants like Sam's Bagels here. But inside Mea Shearim, it's not really a place where you can sit around and be in a cafe. They don't want people doing that, and they also don't want tourist groups either. It would be a lot harder to film this video if we were more than 2 people. So the thing here is, we have to be a bit quieter now because we're getting closer and closer into Mea Shearim. But Zvi likes it here, but he's saying that a lot of people are scared to come here because they're scared that if they take their phone out, for example, then they might get attacked. And he's saying that he's seen it happen before.
There's a lot of kids they raised against the whole idea of smartphones. It's like kids will come and like throw paper at you or something, and you know, like they get offended by it as well. They think it's a disruption to their learning as well. They think it's bad for them. They think it's unhealthy for them. That'll put them in a bad place. So they get offended when they see one. Like people out of smartphone. Yeah. It's a UN car.
A UN car?
Yeah.
What are they doing though? Like,
make sure they're not like they're anti these groups.
They're anti
somewhat.
Yeah.
They're a little bit anti-Israel as well. But they'll twist it a little bit and say like, hey, look how these people aren't pro-Israel, they hate Israel. And find like a Palestinian fact and say like, hey, we all hate Israel here. And then they'll try to find the right time to take a photo. It happens. A little bit sad, but yeah.
This is Jerusalem's Shibuya crossing in Tokyo. Look how many people. So now we're on the main street of Mea Shearim, which isn't that tough. We are getting a few looks for the cameras, but it's inside the neighborhoods where we'll really have to be careful. But yeah, more, you know, family-oriented shops, bread, that kind of thing, religious books, bagels. Whatever this is, toys for the kids. So this is the place where they get all the hats. It's alright. You make the hats?
Not myself, but we know how to make.
Yeah. And what do you make it from?
Where the hats are made,
How do you make them? Like, what do you use them?
we buy some felt, quality of felt, and we shape it with steam, with a lot of machines, a lot of process, and in the end we have the ready product.
Here in Israel?
We have factory in Israel, factory in Europe, all over.
Yeah, but these ones here are made in Israel? Or?
Few in Israel, few in Europe.
I think this is for the ladies. Right?
You got it.
Doesn't even fit. I have a really big head. Red Dead Redemption. So Tzvi just got his hat cleaned, and actually when you
Really better now.
get a hat here, then you get lifetime warranty. If it breaks, you can fix it. If it's dirty, you can clean it. So it's a hell of a deal. What's this place called? Fresser Quality Hats. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. No, come back. Okay. Very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
It smells nice as well.
So here we have an apartment complex and also a small yeshiva inside. But just so you get an idea of the type of apartments that people live in here, you've got kind of like in Italy, you've got the laundry hanger.
Inside in the house, no drugs, no weapons, no smartphones.
It's actually pretty trashed. Like downstairs here, they don't really take care of it. How much would a place like this go for, do you know?
Dollars?
Yeah.
To buy it for rent. I don't know about the rent, but to purchase these, they're like handed down from generation to generation, so they're like well over $1 million. Like it's pricey. This is just as pricey as it gets in Israel.
So these guys here have the same look as that guy that we talked to inside the yeshiva. Why? Like
They're a group of Hasidim of a certain sect that dress like this. I think on Shabbat, on the Sabbath, they dress in these golden coats. They look like that, but in gold.
Do you know what the Hasidic group is called?
I think they're known as Toldos Aaron.
Right. So there's many different groups of Haredi Jews inside of this neighborhood and in general. Different streams, different rabbis. Yeah. Sorry if I keep looking around. We gotta, And this is the entrance to the neighborhood here. It says, please do not pass with immodest clothes, both in Hebrew and English, to make sure you get the idea. Yeah, we're gonna take a mince around the neighborhood. You see how tight the alleyways are over here with people living inside these houses? And also you can see the old Jerusalem rocks. This neighborhood was built by I think they're called First Yeshuv. So I was saying this neighborhood was built by the old Yeshuv, which are the Jewish communities that were living here in the region of Palestine during the Ottoman Empire. It's very old, maybe the oldest neighborhood here besides the old city, of course, of Jerusalem.
This is the oldest neighborhood.
Here.
Permisi mbak, kita lagi ngadain karaoke challenge nih. Mbak mau ikutan kan?
Here it says also מעבר קבוצות בשכונתנו פוגע קשות בתושבים. If groups pass through here, then it really hurts the citizens. My group, we're a couple.
Yeah. This one.
Please do not pass in modest clothes. Here it says, well, you can read for yourselves. Yeah. And here we have to be very careful not to pull out a smartphone or something. Oh, and look, Palestine flags.
Yeah, this is a Notorious Shulha.
Right. Notorious is a group of Judaism that also don't believe in the state of Israel and support Palestine and go to their protests around the world. So here we have a Palestine flag. I can't zoom in with my iPhone, but I hope you can see it over there. Yeah, here are some posters, Jews are not Zionists, on the background of the Palestine flag. Speaker is watching my back.
Yeah. They make them also just out of like no colors. They graffiti them everywhere.
Yeah.
Show how against Israel they are. We're going this way. We'll find a lot more of that in a second. We'll go like to their kind of complex, which is just right here. This is their complex here.
Yeah. Oh, really? This is the anti-Zionist complex? No way.
I guess.
Big Palestine flags over here and here. And here they have a Star of David being equal to a swastika. See? That guy that's shouting mincha is calling people for a minyan, for a group of 10 people, to pray mincha. There's 3 prayers in Judaism a day, and mincha is the one in the middle of the day. You have to be very, very careful here. I've got my camera in my pocket because, yeah, he's watching. He's just guarding right now.
This is one guy.
Yeah. Here we have another Palestine flag flying proud, and here it's drawn on the wall. And Zvi was telling me, like, watch out from this guy and from that guy, because there really are distinguishable differences between the different Haredi Jewish groups and how they feel about, you know, a camera or Zionism or whatever. So there are little intricacies, and if they haven't realized already that I've got piercings and whatever, then they would very quickly know that I'm not actually a Jew, like a Haredi Jew, Hasidic Jew. Orthodox. Bro, the looks I'm getting here, it was easier to film in the favelas of Brazil.
Yeah. Do you want some?
Yeah, sure. Zero sugar, my kind of guy. Yeah, so here we have some more houses deep inside the neighborhood. You can see the clothes hanging. Most of it black and white because, you know, that's the style here.
If the police come here, they get more and they chill when they drive off. Like crime is low here though. Like they don't feel like they need police to be here, so and they don't like the police either. Like they don't like the Zionists, you know, the government.
So I have a question. Since they have so many Palestinian flags, what happens if an actual Palestinian comes here? Will they embrace him?
It's a bit of a mixed opinion. Some of them say that because they just think that this country can't exist, Israel can't exist until the Messiah, Mashiach, arrives. So that's why they sometimes they get a bit more extreme. So some of the Palestinians, they know this, and they think like, hey, they know that they want us to be kicked out just on their terms, not on the Zionist terms.
Right.
So they say some say it's all the same thing, but some say, hey, this is the true Jews, this is the people that stand with the Palestinians, and they do embrace it sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of them don't, some of them are very against it.
So a lot of people here do actually have smartphones when they run businesses or do, well, she's wearing a...
Yeah.
So that looks like a burqa.
Yeah.
Anyway, then they do have smartphones, but they don't really take them out here because, you know, they gotta live their life, do things online. And here it says, don't take out a smartphone, even filtered. And what a filtered smartphone is basic sort of app that blocks everything that makes the phone unkosher, that, you know, blocks access to the internet and leaves you only with calls and SMSs. So smartphones in general in Mea Shearim are a no-no, but you obviously reached out to me on Instagram, you watch my videos on YouTube.
Smartphones can be very dangerous to a community, especially such as this one. They're a closed community, not because they like want to be, but because that's how they have to be almost. There's a lot of dangers in the secular world with, you know, things we see on the internet which are very bad, especially for young boys. Unfortunately, like giving them a smartphone isn't always, it's very counterproductive. It keeps, a lot of people, they don't want to admit it, but they're very addicted to the smartphones, and they like spend all day on it and all night on it, and they will neglect their studying, and their minds will be changed as well from the things they watch. I think you'll know what I'm referring to, but you know, it's very dangerous. It's just very, very dangerous, like, for boys to be seeing this, even girls to be seeing this, because you know, a lot of our lives is centered around families, about how our family was. When you settle a family and these sorts of things that you see on the internet are like drilled into your head, this is what you believe is true sometimes. So this is what you're going to be expecting from your wife or your husband, and it's dangerous. It's very harmful.
The irony of the sign is that I would love to film it with my smartphone because I could zoom in and you could see it properly, but never mind. It's a stern warning. מה, זה פלאפון כשר? אז זאת החנות שלה?
לא, זה החנות שלה.
אוקיי, אבל היא לא מפה.
מהפיליפינים.
מהפיליפינים, נכון? מה התפקיד של האישה במשפחה היהודית? פה במאה שערים?
בכל העולם, אמא יהודייה.
כן.
לקח את הילדים, לעזור לבעל, שיוכל לשבת ללמוד. רוב הנשים בציבור החרדי
עובדות.
כן, כן, רוצים שאנשים לא מודעים לזה, שהבעל יושב וילמד.
The store is already 70 years old. It was built by my father-in-law. He had 3 sons, so they managed it before. I married to the youngest one, but he died 1 year ago. And the oldest one also, he died. So, what's left was the second one, but he's not working here anymore. He has another business to run. So when my husband got sick, so I entered to manage it.
Were you born in Israel?
No.
The Philippines? Did your husband meet you there?
No, here.
Here?
We have 4 children.
תספרי לו על האמת והיושר, שאנשים מחזירים לך כסף, אפילו שחייבים.
כן. זה מה שיפה אצלהם, אם they are trustworthy. Even though I will tell them that חסר להם כסף, and I said, go take it and come back if you have the money. למחרת הם באים, אני לא שמת וזה, they give you back. That's nice.
Integrity. Integrity for us. סלמת פה.
אין כמו 100 שערים.
אוקיי.
100 שערים זה יפה, זה אותנטי. בליל שבת אתה בא, רואה כולם עם השטריים מלח, כולם עם החליפות עם הג'ובה, עם הפסים, והילדים איך שהולכים עם פאות ארוכות, ואנחנו ברוך השם יושבים ולומדים על תאר הקודש פה, כל השכונות 100 שערים, לא לוקחים מהמדינה,
כן.
שום דבר, כל אתרת הקודש.
This lady's got a Palestinian flag on her back.
I don't even think they do that, no? I don't even think the Palestinians.
No, they don't. I don't think so, yeah.
It's like, it's more patriotic to them than they are. Now we have
They also drive like they're in Palestine.
yeah, they get very annoyed because these people look at pools sometimes. They're like, you're driving the roads, they have to hoot and like a rush hoot so everyone will get out of the way so they can just drive.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people just, well, I don't care if I walk in the road here because I know that everyone else is the labels guy. You
Yeah.
see this farm shop?
Okay, yeah. So this is the biggest Sfarim shop here. The Hasidic Jews use some words in Hebrew. They're just part of the lingo. But yeah, this is the biggest bookshop in here. So there's an extremist group called Kirim here, which is just about 100 families. And they wanted to censor the bookshops over here just because we're in a bookshop. I thought I'd mention it. And they did 250,000 shekels of damage to a shop that resisted their demand to censor the books.
They sell stuff in shops so that you can turn on the lights in shops.
Because you're not allowed to touch electricity on the holy day, touch electricity, drive a car, make money. Then they have a kosher lamp. You can turn it and then you're not technically touching electricity. But yeah, I don't think they have any fiction or anything that's not religious. Oh, they do? Oh, let's see.
This is all the Talmud on both sides.
And can you hear the Jewish music playing in the background? Where's the Song of Ice and Fire? I'm joking. By Game of Thrones.
It's the this one here. These are more children's books, which will like which will be more like like these. I guess you can call this fiction. Yeah, like all children's books are gonna be but there'll be like lessons in it, Tatar.
Yeah, and also like this dog is wearing a yarmulke.
Yeah,
Kind of.
like the married woman dog is covering her hair.
So here we have a pizza, which obviously doesn't have pepperoni on it, but it's very cheap. It's 25 shekels. That is considered very, very cheap for a family pizza. So Tzvi is missing dinner because of me, so I'm gonna get him a pizza. Each one is 5, no? Yeah, cheap as chips.
Popular on Alibaba.com in renewable.
הבניין פה ישן ממש, כן, ממש יפה. כמה אתה רוצה עליה? מה? זה 1,000, 2,000 שקלים. תלוי איפה, באיזה מדינה. למה יש לך שרשרת כזאת? So in Judaism, before you eat bread, you have to wash your hands in a very specific way. I think it changes between streams of Judaism, right? The way that you wash your hands. But Chabad Jew over here, you do 3 and 3, right? Yeah. And then when you're done eating the bread, then there's something called Birkat Hamazon. They have little booklets of it over here. And yeah, you just say a pretty long prayer. So I thought I would also give myself a slice and give it a go. Here we have it, the 5 shekel pizza with nothing on it. You get what you pay for.
It's really pizza as well. It's like a full pie, 25 shekels. It's like $10, you know. It's like
Oh, now he's doing the Birkat Hamazon, the prayer after bread. He knows it by heart. He doesn't. Here this lady is wearing a burqa that's even covering her face. Not even Muslims wear that. So night has fallen upon Mea Shearim. It's a bit chilly now even. Here on the mountain in Jerusalem. I wouldn't mind wearing a blazer like Tzvi. But also, these guys come out. This guy that has a sign that says, happy life, only without smartphones. And plays some music advertising. The Rabbi of Lubavitch, Ukraine.
He's from Ukraine.
Yeah.
Nikolai, Ukraine.
Do you want to talk about a bit about Chabad Jewry, being a Chabad Jew?
Absolutely. Chabad Lubavitch is like it's very different group to the other Hasidic groups. Chabad centers more on other people than themselves. They work with the people outside of the Chabad community, even outside the religious community. Even Jews, non-Jews alike, they help the whole world in making this world a better place. You saw probably a lot of photos of the Rabbi Milubavitch, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who's the current leader of the 7th and current leader of the Chabad movement, who's sent thousands and thousands of shluchim, emissaries around the world, who set up these things called Chabad houses, a house where a Chabad family will settle, in places even as far as New Zealand, in Thailand, all over America, everywhere in the world, in Nigeria, even everywhere you can think of, you'll find there's hundreds of Chabad houses all around the world, and it's a center for Jewish life, for people to have, kosher food on Sabbath, the meals, the Shabbos meals, all sorts of stuff, just even people who aren't connected, to help people out in all sorts of their physical and spiritual needs.
And this is a Chabad shop, lots of pictures of the rabbi, lots of books. Oh, Shem Tanaim. Shalom. And here they have books in English, French, and Russian. Chabad community come from those countries.
Russian there as well.
Yeah. Sidur. Russian Sidur. And we have the Chabad beats bumping.